All right, guys, so we just finished case 1 of chapter 5. It's time to work on case 2. To start case 2, the first thing I want to go back to is my dashboard. I'm going to click on up here, and I'm going to change my company name. I'm going to change it to reflect case 2. So I'm going to click here. Case 02. Student's name. Save. All right, easy enough. That's all I need to do for case 2 to get it ready to go. So I got case 2 here, Jimmy McGuire. Case 2 has 15 parts to it, 15 transactions. So let's dig in. Transaction 1 says add a new vendor, flight, and it gives me a date and terms. So to add a new vendor, I'm going to go to expenses, vendors, new vendor on the right. Company name is going to be flight. If you were putting in real company names, like it lists all the company names that look like you're trying to type in. But if it's not the company name you're trying to click in or you're trying to type in, you just click off of that and it'll leave your data and it'll remove the search. The display name is flight. And then the address is 700 Annapolis Lane, North, suite number 175. The city is Plymouth, Minnesota. And the zip code is going to be 55447. The terms is going to be net 15. So I go over here to terms, net 15. I'm just reading this out of the book. And then I say,
from margin window. This computer has been scheduled to go to sleep automatically.
Sorry about that. All right, so that was the first transaction. Transaction 2 says add a new vendor, Village Steakhouse. So new vendor, I just click right here. I'm already in there. Village Steakhouse. Right, click off of it. So I can go back down here. Street address for the Village Steakhouse is 100 South El Camino Real, Real, and that's in San Clemente, California. Zip code is 92672. Terms is due upon receipt. So terms, drop down menu, due upon receipt. Easy enough. We can click save. Number 3 says add a new vendor. New vendor. Company name is Staples. Tons of Staples in there, I bet. All right, so the name is Staples. The address is 101 Main Street. Address 101 Main Street, and this is in San Diego, California. Zip code is going to be 92600. And the terms is going to be due upon due upon receipt. Drop down, due upon receipt, save. Awesome, so we're on number 4. Add a new account, category type credit card, detail type credit card, name Amex. So we're going to go to accounting, chart of accounts. New is going to be I believe it's going to be a credit card, yep. So when you do account type credit card, it's going to default to detail type credit card. Credit card name is going to be Amex. All caps, no description. and does not have a balance. Save and close. Whenever you're creating these accounts, it's so important that you get the right one, because there's so many of you that like created an account, say prepaid expenses, and you didn't do it as an asset, you did it as a liability, as an expense. But prepaid expenses is an asset because it's expenses that you paid before you incurred them. So keep that in mind. We're on to number 5. It says add a new account. Category is other current assets. Detail type is other current assets. Name is supplies asset. So this is another supplies asset, but this is for case 2. So we need to make sure we name it case 2 because it's definitely telling us to create a new one. So new, other current asset, and it's going to be other current asset, 2 other current assets, and it's going to be supplies. I don't want it all caps. I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to tell me that I already have one created. Well, look, see, we only name the same thing 2 times. So, supplies asset, and I could call it case 2. I could just call it 2. I don't remember what I called the checking accounts. Can I see it behind there? Yep, I called it case 2. So I'm going to do case 2. I just like to keep them consistent. That way I don't have to worry about them looking all funny. All right, so that is number 5. Number 6 says add a new tracked product. So a new product, I'm going to go to sales, products and services, new, inventory product. The name of this product is going to be Sport Club S. Sport Club S. Initial quantity on hand is 0. Oh, that's my other video getting done, saying it's being completed online. Initial on hand 0. As of, remember, important date. Now this is case 2, so what date should I use? 01, what is it? 2019. All right. Inventory asset is the asset account. And I'm looking for 600 cost, 600 price, excuse me. Price should always be higher than what your cost is. Otherwise, you're not making money. 479. And your sales account is your income account. Cost of goods is your cost of goods. We should be good to go. Sport Club S, inventory asset, 600, 479, cost of goods sold, sales up. It is non-taxable. Keep that in mind, non-taxable. Only case 3 is taxable. So we're going to save and close. All right. Number 7 says add a new tracked product. All right, so for a new tracked product, I'm already in products. I'm going to click new, inventory. The name of this is Mystique. Mystique, funny enough, is also the name for the property management system for all of Ritz-Carlton. They call it the Mystique property management system because it's so mysterious how they know what you like, know when your birthday is, know what your kids' names are. Just some fun trivia. Mystique RES is the name of the product. Initial on hand is 0. As of date is 01-01. Oh, too many. 01-2019. Inventory asset. Sales price is going to be $450. Sales account. The non-tax cost is going to be $325, and the expense account is going to be cost of goods sold. I want to check cost of goods sold. Look at that. Income account, sales. All right, check it over. Mystique 11190. Should we get to save and close? All right, so that was number 7. We're on to number 8. Let me check my Camtasia right here. See, you've uploaded the video 3 minutes ago. Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Number 8 says record a new purchase order for products on 1/2/19. So if I'm going to do a purchase order, I'm going to go to this create button or the plus sign, and I'm going to click on purchase order under vendors. And as it brings it up, I am going to record a new purchase on 1/2/19. So I'm going to change the date to 1/2/19. And the vendor is eFlight. F-L-I-T-E. And product 1 is Sport Club S. And it's going to be 5 of those. And my product 2 is going to be the Mystique, and I'm going to do 3 of those. Now it's nice because it puts this in alphabetical order when I go there. Oh, I clicked off of it. And then when I come down to the quantity, you see it tells me how many I have on hand. So if I'm out, that's how, I mean, think about how many I should order. How many am I going to use before I order again? That's really what should be going through my head. Now, in our book, it tells us what to order. But in reality, you're going to say, shoot, I got 0 of these on hand. I probably want to have at least 10 of them to last me through the month or through the week, depending on, what your, revenue cycle is. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to change that to 3. Because the book tells me to, and I'm good to go. Purchase order, date, amount, total, save. That was 8. Number 9 says record a new purchase order for products on 1/3/19. So I'm going to go to X. I'm going to go to create, purchase order, date, change it to 1/3/19. The vendor is Kyosho. And the product is the Brune. And there's 4 of them. Once you get this down, you can really fly through it. I didn't mean to open that. There's 4 of those. The product 2 is the Go aircraft radio. And there are 2 of those I'm ordering. Third product is the Seawind. Scroll down. Seawind. And there's just 1 of those, so it's good to go. And yeah, got my date, got my vendor, and I got my products and the total. So I'm gonna click save. Saving it. And I'm on to number 10. Number 10 says record a new bill based on a purchase order 1001 on 1/7/19. Now, funny enough, the purchase order is not going to say 1001 because it's not counting this as a separate company and restarting 1001 because I'm starting a new case. That's something that the book didn't take into consideration whenever it wrote itself. So I'm going to exit here. I'm going to go to create, and it's going to be a bill under vendors right here. And this bill is going to be on 1/7/2019. So I'm going to change the date to 1/7, and it is going to be vendor is going to be E, flight. And so I already know that whenever I select the vendor here, it gives me all the bills that I've entered here. This is the one I'm going to be adding. So I'm going to click add here. Now my default terms are net 15. It says in here that my net 15 is the terms. All items ordered were received, so I don't need to do anything on here to take it off. And we're good to save. All right, so number 11 says record a new bill without a purchase order on 1/8 of 19. So I'm going to exit, new, bill. There's no purchase order, so I'm not going to be looking for anything on the right. The date is 1/8/2019. The vendor is San Diego News Press. It's a new vendor. So to do a new vendor, I come here and I make sure it's not in here, right? San Diego News Press is not. So I go to add new, name, I put the name in there. Make sure where I'm at. D-I-E-G-O, D-I-E-G-O. All right, and then I go to my details, and my term is net 15. Terms, net 15. I want to set it up so I don't have to remember next time. So I got my bill date in here is the 8th. So it automatically sets my due date as the 23rd because of my terms. And my account is advertising in the amount of 500. Account, advertising. It's an expense. I know that's what it is. And it's for 500. All right, so now I have a new bill, no purchase order, net 15, as of 1/8 for $500 for advertising. Save. Bill has been created. Record a new bill without a purchase order on 1/10 of 19. So, like, if I know I'm going to sit there and go through bill, new bill, new bill, new bill, instead of clicking save and I can click save and new, and it'll just bring up a brand new bill for me to do. But if not, I just go to this create bill, do it the long way. So this new bill is for 1/10 of 19. Date is changed to 1/10 of 19. New vendor is Gomez Insurance. So drop down, add new, G-O-M-E-Z, insurance, details, because this is net 15, terms, net 15. If I had the address and city and state and stuff, I'd put it right there. Or a phone number or something like that, I'd put it in here too. But it didn't give me that information in the book, so I don't have to put it in here. And then save. And then account 1 is insurance. Scroll down for insurance. It's an expense. Amount is $400. Account 2 is prepaid expenses. Now, where am I going to find prepaid expenses? If I click on the drop-down menu and I look for prepaid expenses, it's not going to say expense over here. It's going to say current asset. Of the current asset, prepaid expenses. That's it. Prepaid expenses in the amount of $4,400. So $4,400 and $400 is $4,800 total, and I can save. The next thing I'm going to do is pay bill due to Kyosho on 1/18/19. So if I want to pay a bill, create, pay bills. From checking account, it's not the checking account 1, it's checking account 2 because it's case 2. Payment date is going to be 1/18 of 19. So I'm going to change this 1/18 of 19 because that's what the book says. Using checking account and starting with check number 1001, Well, if I've already used the checking account before, then I can start from one again, once from the same number. But this is a different checking account, so I can start from 1001 this time. So I have the date of the payment, I got the checking account number, I got the starting date of the check. Pay bill due 2001. All right, so I'm paying all their bills, and it looks like there's just one, and that's for $1,900. So my current account balance is $9,500. Once I pay this, I'll have $7,600 left. Save and print. It's going to try to print that check, and it's going to print it later. And it's going to print it later because I don't have a printer connected to this laptop, and I don't have my checking like numbers, routing numbers, and stuff like that set up. It's going to be good. 14 says record a new credit card charge on 1/11/19. So I'm going to exit out of that. Credit card charge is create, and it's going to be a expense. The payee is the vendor, Village Steakhouse. Village Steakhouse. There we go, Village Steakhouse. And I'm paying with Amex, so I'm going to select drop-down menu Amex. And the payment date is 1/11/19. 1/11/19. Payment method, credit card, American Express. And I'm ready for the account. Meals and Entertainment is the account. Under account, we'll look for Meals and Entertainment as an expense. Meals and Entertainment expense. The amount is $240. Feel free to slow this video down, pause at any time, so that you understand what you're doing. Now, this popped up because I clicked on this technically as a drop down. If I click on right here, it'll open it up as a drop down. I click and hide. I'm just doing that by accident. I'm not doing it on purpose. All right, so the Village Steakhouse, paid with a credit card. I paid this date. Payment method was a credit card, said that. Amount was $240. The account affected is Meals and Entertainment. And that's it for transaction 14. I'm going to click save. Number transaction 15 says record a check on 1/14/19. So if I'm going to want to do a check, I click save, right? Sorry, I left off of it. Now, I just clicked that twice. I hope it did not save two different transactions. I click here on my recent transactions, and it only has one there, so I know I'm good. I can exit out of that. All right, 15 says record a check on 1/14/19. So create, check, brings up my checking account, and it is going to be for Staples. Checking account, what checking account is it? Checking account 2. Checking account 2, because it's case 2. Check number 1002. Print checks later because I don't have them set up. Payment date is 1/14/19. I'm going to change that right here. 1/14/19. Amount is $450, and the account is supplies asset, but it's not just supplies asset. Supplies asset is a current asset, other current asset right here. It's not the first one, it's case 2. And for the amount is $450. So I have Staples, checking account 2, payment date's the 14th. I have, if I didn't have print later, this would be check number 1002. I'll take that off, and it's still going to put it back on the next time I do it because I'm not printing checks as I do this. Account number is, the account is supplies asset, case 2, and we should be able to go to save and new. Check 1002 saved. All right, so that's 15. 16 says open up your previously customized report and name it trial balance, yada, 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 which really means that as long as your balances match mine, you're good to export and submit. So I'm going to exit out of the checkbook. I'm going to go to reports, and let's start looking at them. Trial balance case 2. Trial balance case 2. This is what I have for my reports. Excuse me, $118,850. Debit and credit balance. The good thing about QuickBooks Online is that it won't allow you to have different debit than credit balances because it automatically balances out every time you do a transaction. I don't have any reason to think that these are wrong. We went through them kind of fast, but I'm sure you guys will let me know if I made an error. So let's go to export as PDF and save my PDF. Up. Notice what happened again. This says case 3 and it's really not. It's case 2. That's because I saved this as a custom report. So I'm going to click here so I can change it to 2. Gotta caught that. Now it says case 2. I'm ready to export. Export to PDF. We don't want no Excel. Excel doesn't do anybody any good except take longer to open up and save and everything else. So full screen. This is what it's going to look like. You want to take a second, pause if you need to, so that you can make sure that your balances equal my balance. This is the trial balance case 2 for chapter 5. All right. And once you have that downloaded and saved, you can upload it to Canvas and to submit it for a grade. And the next thing is the transaction detail by account. So I'm going to go to the top, back to report list. It takes me to my custom reports because that's the way I set it up. Go to case 2 for the other report. I need to change this 3 to a 2 so that my report name reflects what it actually is. Case 2, good to go. These are all the transactions. Now these are transactions that only happen in case 2. So that's why these dates up here really matter. It's not that I don't care about the dates anymore. It's that I already saved the dates. I care about them so much that I know I'm only getting the dates for the second year. So I'm going to export this as a PDF. And then I'm going to go to zoom in on it so that you guys can really read it. All right, so this is the top half. And bottom of the first page. Pause it if you need to. And then this is the second page. And the bottom of the second page. So total meals and entertainment should be at $240. Insurance should be at $400. And like I said, when I grade this, I'm not looking at the totals necessarily. I'm looking at each one of these transactions. And that's how you get graded. All right. That looks good to you. You're going to exit out of here. You're going to, like I said, save those to your desktop. Make sure you name them where you can identify them apart. And then submit them for grading. Any questions, reach out to me, let me know. And we'll start the video for Case 3, Chapter 5 soon.